during things like cyber Bible studying and been heavy on the social media presence. Now, this is where it gets a little sticky. You just can't find this anywhere, all right? He's recently been featured in Lifestyle Piece in one of the longest running publications in our community. We talk about Essence Magazine. Twitter officially recognized this man for having some of the most popular tweets worldwide. His story in person have been covered in several hundred blogs, podcasts, and radio shows. He's one of the best sporting goods store quarterbacks of all time, ever with us, all right? Whether he's giving the word online, in the streets, or at Generations, he's always giving it the way that people need to hear it, in a way to create movement after the words. I'm talking about none other than Pastor Dwight Buckner Jr. is live on the Reec Show.
All right, man. I'm so glad you had me, man. That introduction was beautiful. I didn't know who you was talking about, man.
We take it with you anytime.
Man, that was beautiful.
That's what's up, man. So let's get all the way into this, man. For 7 generations, you guys been doing this, man. Did you grow up, you was preaching on the playground and you fought it a little bit?
No, I fought it, man.
Yeah.
I fought it for years. I knew the call was on my life early on, but I fought it for years, and I literally did not submit till I got about literally 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
That was a long time for me because I had been knowing since I was about 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So I fought it. I tried to run from it, but God caught up with me. God's gonna always win the battle.
Yeah, he said, hold on, you can do that, but we coming right back.
Right.
That's what's up. All right, man. Right now with Pastor Dwight Buckner Jr. on Reec Show Live. Shout out to CBA 107.5 up in Charlotte. Now that we got out of the way, we're gonna get into this. I got this little red button here, right? It's just called the hype button. So sometimes I'm gonna hit it from time to time because you just say some amazing things. You know what I mean? For you to be at 19 years old, what changed you? What made you want to come into the light per se? Was God was just like, hey, bro, come on now?
Well, he put me in a place where my options were running out. I was looking for things out there in the world, but it just didn't fit. And you know, you're called when you've never really fit into certain groups, clubs, cliques.
Yeah.
Whenever you stand out, you don't never fit in. You've always been overlooked, undervalued, things of that nature. That had already come to fruition when I was about 19. I already realized I just don't fit in these different places. And then I finally submitted to God. Having ran to Atlanta to enter into college, I was really running from the call. But
he called you back.
Yeah, he called me back and got me down here, and then took me out of that school, then put me in Bible college. And so, yeah, it's been an uphill battle, but I surrendered, man.
I got you, man. Well, we'll hit the hype button. Glad you called me, because you wouldn't be here today talking about this thing.
All right.
You know what I mean? Now you on your second book.
Right.
5 things every man needs.
Yes.
Okay. I need to know that, because I don't even know what I need most of the time.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, here it is. The book was inspired because I felt like there weren't a lot of platforms for men to really be open and reach out and have platforms by where they can talk. Yeah. But there are essential things that I believe that every man needs. I just list 5 in the book. One of those things is support. I believe if a man gets support, he'll literally build you a house, the right support system. I'm not even so much talking about financially. I'm talking about if you tell a man, hey, you did a good job taking out the trash.
He's gonna go get the trash every day.
You did a great job. You know, hey, thank you for picking up the kids. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to get them. Little stuff like that helps a man to go further. That support, that to me is support for a man. And when a man gets support, he'll really, what a lot of our younger generation is looking for. A lot of the younger men are looking for support.
Absolutely,
they're looking for somebody to get behind them and say, hey, I support you. I get behind you. I believe in you.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, let's sit down there. Now you're preaching on a Tuesday, whatever day it is. It's Tuesday, right? Okay, now you're preaching on a Tuesday. I wasn't expecting that. All right, man. That support goes a long way, like you said. We see it a lot because we work with kids, and we see that sometimes they get caught up in different situations, maybe running with what we call the wrong crowd, but it's right for them because they're telling them some actual positive things for them. They're like, man, you can do this, you can do that. They might not be telling them something legal, but they're telling them something. And it seems like it comes off like support. So
yes,
I
absolutely.
Yeah, I get it. Man, these 5 things every man needs. And I don't want you to run all through them, because I want people to go get this book. But, man, this is definitely something that's needed right now when you're looking at a time where people are really self-reflecting.
Yeah. Here's another thing I mentioned in the book. I mentioned that every man needs a safe place, a place where they can rest their head. I even mentioned scripturally in the Bible when Samson laid his hand on Delilah's lap, it wasn't that she was the prettiest. Wasn't that he was just so into her. It was just the fact that he was looking for a safe place, a place to rest his head. When a man feels like his home is not a safe place, he'll drive past his house and go to wherever he feels safe. It may be the bar, maybe the club, might be the movies, wherever he feels safe. men don't thrive in places of division, but they do thrive in places where they're at peace.
That's just true, man. Might be preaching some more. I didn't know we was gonna get a whole sermon today. I take it. All right, right now we're the Reec Show Live with Pastor Dwight Buckner Jr. He's kind of giving us some gems right now from his book. I need you guys to go get it. 5 Things Every Man Needs. Where is it? It's Amazon? It's on Amazon everywhere. You get it at PastorDwightBucknerJr.com. Every outlet they sell. Right. And you saying things you actually took time to reflect and write them down, and we kind of live through every day, and you kind of get caught up in that rat race and don't know that you're doing it. Because I've caught myself doing that time to time. Like you pull up to a place and then you just in the car for an hour,
right?
And then you realize, man, I ain't even trying to go in.
Right, you ain't trying to go in yet. Right.
I get it, man. I get it, man. So, do you think by a man actually getting this book that obviously it'll be reflective, so he'll be able to say maybe defining something? You think that'll help him move forward? Absolutely, it'll definitely help a man move forward. It'll make him feel definitely appreciated and give him some essential tools that he needs. And also women, it's a good book to understand the mind of men. It's for men and women. Don't let 5 Things Every Man fool you. It's for men and women. It's for engaged couples, married couples, singles, everybody. It's a relationship book, so it will definitely help. Okay, so you put out a little relationship therapy in this thing too. I'm trying. I got you. I would say that too with this would be really good for women to get insight on how men think. Because I posted the other day that most of the time when we ask women what do they want to eat, we don't know either. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. She's like, I don't know. That's why I asked you. Right. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that. Right now with Pastor Dwight Buckner Jr., we're talking about his book, and in this, you will help relationships. Absolutely. You're somewhat of an expert. 10 plus years marriage. Well, in August it'll be 11. I don't like to term myself as an expert. I just like to term myself as somebody who's trying to give good advice. I like that because I don't want to be on that pedestal where if I fall short, then folks try to cancel you. Folks, you always trying to cancel us. Right. You know I'm just an expert at what I've been through. There you go. You hit that right there for that. So 11 years, coming up on 11 years, a decade and a year of marriage, man. That's awesome. I gotta hit the high belly. I know a lot of people just trying to make it out of 6 months. You know what I mean? A year. Oftentimes the first few years are rough, but once you make it through that, you're good to go. Okay. All right. We'll take that. For I told my wife, if you leave me, I'm just moving next door. Hey man, I ain't mad at that. I'll be right there watching. Right. I got you. So with that, man, like you said, the first 2 years might be rough, but you guys have put in some time. Yeah. And then this pandemic hit. Was any of that, like, for you guys, any rocky, was something that you had to get through, or any advice you can give to a couple that just... Absolutely. Anytime you are around somebody all the time, you're going to get tired of them. Yeah. I don't care how cute they are, how much you guys get along at times. Being around somebody all the time, you're just going to get tired of them. Yep, I feel the pandemic, for the very first time, we literally had to be locked in together. Yeah. And so this is a time that forced us to have to be around and communicate and talk to each other because we couldn't really go anywhere. Right. So the pandemic really revealed, is this somebody I'm going to stay with the rest of my life? Right. So you have those challenging times, but the good days will always outweigh the bad days. Always. The bad days are bad, but the good days will always outweigh those. There you go. I like it, man. You preaching for real. I feel like we're going to have to pay you after this. Oh, no. Oh, man, we live on the Reec Show. I like what you said. I don't want to be dubbed as an expert. I just want to be dubbed as someone that gives great advice or good advice or something that's helpful to you. Right. And one of the advices that I've heard you talk about is staying faithful during in this today's society, which is hard. Mm-hmm. It's like trying not to eat fast food when you live on the street with McDonald's everywhere. Right. You know what I mean? So talk to me about that. Well, this newer, younger generation, I think, is caught up on looks, outer accoutrements. Right. Most of the time, what you see on Instagram isn't real. Oh yeah. I just want to tell you right there. And so it's a highlight reel. Yeah. There are filters. There are things that make you appear to be better looking than what you are. Right. You can crop stuff. Absolutely. You can come on now. You can crop stuff. You can make stuff just how you want it. Yeah. But that's not real. Right. So here it is. You have somebody that's been married for years, see somebody on social media that says, hey, they look attractive. They start DMing each other and start building up this attraction and things. And all of a sudden there's
infidelity. There's things that happen that shouldn't have happened.
Right.
But oftentimes we have to learn how to be faithful for what we do have. Here it is. There's always going to be somebody who's prettier.
Yes.
There's always going to be somebody who's smarter. There's always going to be somebody who has this, has that.
Right.
But you're going to have problems with whoever you're with.
This is true.
You might as well work it out with the person that you're with. Make that thing happen, because whoever you're with, even if you cheat with the individual, you'll have problems with the person you cheat with.
You are.
Just be content with who you have. Society is full of infidelity and people who cheat. We're making it common now, but I still believe that there are couples out there who want to remain faithful to each other, build a family, build a legacy.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe that too. I think that it is a lot of people out there that, are feeding for a partnership.
Yes.
And I think you can really get that when you can focus on one person. I'm gonna tell you like this. I wouldn't be able to give two people enough like that much. I can't do that. Because that's too much. Like, I gotta focus on you and focus on you. Now you're not gonna be happy. You're not gonna be happy.
Right.
Everybody mad. You know what I mean?
And you'll meet some of these open man caves. Well, a man's supposed to have 2 and 3 women, but you can't take care of the one you got.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And in some religions, like me, I practice this now, right? So they say you can have up to 4 wives. It's no way.
Right.
I'm going to be able, because they say you also have to treat them exactly the same.
Right.
First of all, you're going to have a favorite.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
so you're not going to treat them the same. So that's the flaw in it right there. It's not going to happen. So I would just say just focus on the one you with.
Yeah.
If they are appreciative of you and are willing to go through the battles you are,
absolutely,
man, come on. You better go on and make that thing work.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you guys are building something together.
Absolutely.
Something that your children can carry on.
Absolutely, man. I'm telling you, I'm about to go get all the books. All right, do we have another book coming out?
Well, that 5 Things Every Man Needs was my recent book. The book I wrote a book before that entitled "Breaking the Cycle of Lust," and so I wrote that one. I didn't necessarily put it out there like that, but I wrote that was my first book.
I know how to do that. You just erase Instagram off your phone. Talk to me about this book too.
Well, this book is very personal to me because that's something that I think a lot of us have dealt with at one time or another, was lust, this whole issue of wanting more. And the thing about your flesh is that your flesh can never be satisfied. For somebody listening out there, you can never satisfy your flesh. You can get a car today, want another one tomorrow. You can sleep with somebody today, want somebody else to. It can never be satisfied. And so I began to realize that lust runs in a cycle. Oftentimes we do things not because it's us. We do things because it was passed down to us. It's transgenerational. You can have transgenerational blessings and you can have transgenerational curse. Well, if Papa was a Rolling Stone, you naturally got the curse on you. So you have to fight all that hard to break it off. And I want you to understand that it didn't start with you, and that cycle has to be broken.
That's true, man. That's the same thing as wealth and financial integrity.
Absolutely.
So if you deal with somebody who, let's say you grew up in a household, a very affluent household, but the person that runs the business isn't ethical, then you will pick up those traits too.
Yes.
And you will do your business the same way.
Absolutely.
I get you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just because, in fact, there's like you said, there are those that come from families that were full of poverty, and naturally they'll start living like they can't get nothing until they realize, hey, I actually don't have to raise my family in the projects. We can actually save money and balance checkbooks and make sure we get out of this.
Yep. I've actually heard one of your sermons that you preaching out to the people on the street. You were saying something like that. 2 people who may have been in a situation that others would consider less than. You were saying the same thing, like this is your present life is not who you have to be.
Yes.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you getting out there to the people like that.
No problem.
Absolutely, man. We're Pastor Dwight Buckner Jr. right now, Reec Radio Live, and then he's been giving us gems all day, but we got to talk about it. We kind of tipped the iceberg a little bit about social media and how it impacts relationships. One thing is, like you said, don't be answering the DMs. That's one way to stay out of it.
Delete those.
So how do you do that? Because I'm sure, because you've been on TV, you got these books out, you have a church, and women will probably be like, oh, well, let me try to get in the pastor's DM. We know wife ain't having that, but tell us about how some ways we can I guess work around this whole thing.
Well, here it is. You're gonna have things that are gonna come at you, and let's just talk about DMs. When you get one and you know it's inappropriate, delete it. Don't entertain it. Don't open up your mind, your flesh to what it is, because you know it's going to be something enticing. And here it is. the devil does not send anything to you that you will not want.
Yeah.
So you have to automatically understand that I got to delete this. I got to literally erase it out of my mind. I can't entertain it. In terms of social media, I'm a big advocate on if you're dating or engaged, or if you're married. Also, I'm big on not breaking up over social media.
Okay.
If you break up with somebody, do them the luxury of calling them. Nowadays,
a text. Call me. Let's meet.
Yeah, let's meet.
Yeah.
Let's have dinner. Let's. But when you do it over social media, you let thousands of people into your business who don't care about your business.
That's true. Yeah. Well, they care about the show, not your business.
There you go.
They don't care about your well-being. They want to be entertained, and that's why we're on social media. I think we have to take that into consideration.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an entertainment tool.
Entertainment. Yeah.
Right. So don't let folks be entertained for free off of your life.
There you go.
There we go. All right, man. Well, that kind of leads into infidelity and forgiveness too. So I know you've written about this, you've preached about this, man. Tell us about this, because that's a hard thing to get past for anybody in most cases.
Okay, so let's talk about infidelity first. Let me first just say this to singles who are listening, who are dating. Infidelity is not a word to be used for singles.
Okay.
That's a marriage word.
Right. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
if I'm in covenant with somebody, then I can use that word if infidelity happens. But if you're single, there ain't no infidelity. Y'all just single people.
Right.
Single people date. Single people talk to other people. That's what you do.
Right.
But when you're married, infidelity, yes, that is the word to use. So
Gotcha.
now infidelity is major because we have to understand, even with those that are married now, that infidelity is happening on all sorts of levels, and that is a large result of no accountability.
Okay, talk to me about that, because I understand the levels. Now we're gonna get into some spicy stuff, right?
Yes, when we see people of influence falling left and right because of infidelity who are married, it's because they don't have accountability. I can do what I want to do whenever I want to do it.
I'm a grown man. I can do what I want.
I don't got to listen to anybody. And here it is. Everybody knows their limits and knows your temptations. Why are you going to go out of town, stay in a hotel for a whole week by yourself in the city with people there that you know are attractive? That's crazy. Right. You should have took 3 people with you. Yeah. You should have took at least 2 or 3 people with you. Right. That says, hey man, I want to make sure I'm what you doing tonight. Make sure you know. Right. But without accountability, infidelity is literally trumping everything.
I got you. So you're saying not just have that person accountability, but build some accountability partners around. Have people with your best interests at hand.
Absolutely, with your best interests. And let me say this: friends are people who are going to tell you the truth, not what you want to hear.
That's true. You shouldn't fall out about the truth neither.
Yeah, how you gonna fall out with somebody who's told you the truth? You don't want to be their friend because they're correcting you. So you got to tell people the truth. That's a real friend.
I like that, man. We hit the high. Having some people around you that make sense for you.
Absolutely.
And then you do the same for them. All right, man. We ran into the bottom of the show, and I would like to ask you 5 questions we got from online for you. All right, okay. Nothing crazy, so don't be nervous.
Oh no.
So, all right. One thing every author should know. Can you tell us that? We got a lot of people out here who are trying to write their own books, get into that. So one thing, you can just give one piece of advice to all these upcoming authors, what would it be?
Share your personal story in every book. Okay. Share your personal story in every book, and write from a heart of passion. Don't write with the intent or the purpose to get paid. Okay. Because money always follows passion. Yeah. Write what you're passionate about. Write your testimony within the pages or whatever you want to write about, so people can read your story.
All right. Money follows passion. I like that. Not the other way around. Right. You be chasing a check. Right. That's it, man. All right. Number 2, advice you would give to any pastor that's on social media.
Engage your audience. Social media can be a weapon or it can be a tool. I do 3 Bible studies, one on Facebook, one on Instagram, one on TikTok. Okay. Social media can be a tool to witness to the lost if you use it the right way.
Yeah, I like that. And I like when you put out positive things, just to piggyback off of that, on social media, you might not get the traction as fast, but you will get a giving fan base that really will go. And then the comments that come in are mostly positive.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you definitely get what you put out for the most part.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
There's gonna be some trolls still out there.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Number 3, your favorite scripture and why?
Well, that's a good one.
It changes.
It changes. I like the whole Bible.
Okay.
I like the entire Bible. I actually don't have a favorite scripture.
Okay. Okay.
One that I do like is "You're the head and not the tail." Real simple. But I just love all the scriptures.
Okay. Okay. All right. Y'all just gonna have to go to generation to find out.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. The favorite date night place. You got to keep it fresh. 11 years in.
Well, my favorite date night place is actually my wife's, but it became mine.
Okay.
There's a
Don't
restaurant.
steal your wives' place.
Hey, I begin to love it. She loves Thai food. I take her to this very famous Thai food restaurant here in Atlanta all the time. We both love it. I used to couldn't stand Thai food, but now I love it.
Okay.
And so we go there. That's one of our favorite places.
You're not gonna give us a name.
They're
not paying. Never mind. You know what? We're gonna find them out here one time or another. And number 5, last question. One thing you would tell your wife about yourself before she said "I do."
That I'm passion-driven, goal-oriented. Those things I would tell her.
Gotcha.
That I love God with all my heart.
Yeah.
Passion-driven. Yeah. One of the first things I did tell her in conjunction with that was, could you be married to a pastor? And she was thinking in the context of just a pulpit Sunday morning, but I was thinking in the context of God using me in every area, every avenue He could.
Gotcha. That is a different way to look at things
Yeah.
too, especially if you never dated somebody that approaches life that way.
Right.
I like that, man. I made this hot time. Appreciate you coming out. When we round the show out, we usually do one thing. We do a Reese's Piece of Mind, or Pops Knows Best. Pops isn't here today, so I just stole something from your page, all right?
Okay.
You posted something recently, said the elevator is convenient, but the stairs are better for your heart.
Yeah.
Can you expound on that real quick for us for our Reese's Piece of Mind for today?
I'll say this, oftentimes when we walk to a building, we'll take the elevator because it's the quicker way up. But oftentimes you learn something on the stairs. Going up and down, the journey of life is more joyful than taking the elevator. There are things you appreciate when you drive out of town than when you can't appreciate them when you fly.
Hey.
When you drive, the scenery, the different states you run into, the people, you can learn all that on the journey that you can't learn on the elevator.
Hey, man, talk to him again. I like it, man. Make sure that you follow him online at Pastor Dwight Buckner Jr. on social media. Follow the church. It's
Generation of Hope Church.
All right.
Instagram.
All right, on IG. He does Bible study on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So make sure that you lock in on all of his pages. Man, I appreciate you coming by.
Man, thank you. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. This will definitely be a rerun show. Y'all get ready for that. Yeah, boy. All right, man. We're going to get into this mix by DJ OS right here on Reec Radio Live. Before I get up out of here, somebody got to holler at you, baby. Pastor was looking like they still going. He got a lot of kids. All right, man. Y'all stay blessed, y'all. Be gone.